A quick preamble. I was spinning this article around in my head for what amounted to several brain-frozen days before I could put pen to paper. Or in my case, before I could put clumsy sausage-sized finger to keyboard that needs a serious clean. As usual I digress. What I mean is, I really wasn't sure how to write this without insulting anybody of the older adult community. Okay, people just like myself, whatever. Anyway, I took the bull by the horns, stayed true to myself, and simply stuck to the truth of my strength training issue. And although it's directed at the let's say mature generation, this simple old adage, my main message here, applies to the young, the middle-aged, and the elderly. Use it or lose it. Cutting to the chase. Dr. Walter Bartz, MD, says this: almost everything we have been taught about aging is wrong. We now know that a very fit body of 70 can be the same as a moderately fit body of 30. I fully agree, and further say, strength training is definitely not restricted solely to the domain of the young. Many of our more senior men and women are reaping the benefits of hitting the weights and retaining their strength and vitality well into their old age. I absolutely do practice what I preach. For a minimum 3 days per week, sometimes 5 or 6, I work out for 30 to 40 minutes or so using nothing but a cheap exercise mat and an old set of free weights, a small set of simple dumbbells. And at almost 55 years of age, I'm as strong and as energetic as a lot of people I know who are half my age. Toned and tight and in physically good shape, well into your old age. The core problem. Growing older is undoubtedly inevitable, such is life and hohem. And nature dictates that we must slow down a little and mellow out. For many people, though, growing older is much worse and is all about what they wrongly believe is inevitable, i.e., complete loss of strength and vitality, proved by the fact that they can't walk far or carry anything heavier than a small bag of groceries, because they're supposed to get weak and frail. Because that's what society, especially the young, expects of them. What a pile of hogwash. Nothing could be further from the truth. Unless you suffer from a seriously debilitating illness or disease, in which case you absolutely should seek medical advice prior to starting any type of exercise program, then there's absolutely nothing to stop any of you seniors from staying as strong and as energetic as you can possibly be. Loss of strength and vitality as you age is due to loss of muscle mass and muscle tone, bone strength and suppleness, and only because of one reason. Laziness. Simple. You just have to think and remember that, when young, as a normal healthy person, we all walk, run, jump, play sport, climb, lift and move stuff at work and at play. We are active, we are strong, energetic and chock full of vitality. It's the vitality circle of life. The more you do, the stronger and more energetic you become, the more you do use it. Then time, life and our social expectancy take their toll. There's less physical exertion, less walking, less lifting, and carrying, much more sitting on our butt for much longer periods of time. This is the lazy circle of life. The more you don't do, the weaker and less energetic you become, the more you don't do or lose it. Of course, that being said, I'd just like to point out at this point, in defense of us older adults, that being lazy isn't the sole domain of the elderly. Sadly, in the modern era of satellite TV, the the likes of PlayStation or Xbox, and convenient junk foods, the lazy bug is also taking its toll on the young. So beware, youngster, you're gonna get old way before your time if you keep up that junk lifestyle. All the positives. It's been agreed for many years and proven by many experts during that time that just a few regular short sessions, as little as twice per week, of light strength training exercises coupled with a little bit of gentle yoga and / or cardio is still effective and super beneficial as you get older. You could be a geriatric superman or superwoman, well, at least you'd feel like one anyway. I'm talking about the type of exercise that's perfectly effective for men and women of all ages, that when carried out regularly and of course correctly, strengthens bones as well as muscle, which subsequently maintains strength, energy, overall vitality, mobility and balance, and the most important thing as you get older, your independence. It gets even more positive yet. Strength training can and often does very effectively reduce the aches, pains and uncomfortable conditions of many different ailments. Back pain, been there, done that. Strengthens back and abdominal muscles for the good of your spine. I know this via first-hand experience. Osteoporosis maintains and or increases bone density for improved posture and stability. Arthritis reduces stiffness and pain, leading to increased flexibility. Diabetes improves blood oxygenation for improved glycemic control. Excess weight, excess fat is burned and replaced with muscle as your metabolism increases. Depression, been there, done that too. The act of doing and then seeing the results in a fairly short time period boosts self-esteem and improves the mindset. The basics. My single most important piece of advice for you here is this: one small step at a time. If you haven't used weights or weight machines before, or it's been a long time since you have, start very slowly and very light, and then gradually build up as the weeks go by. Just trust me when I tell you that in this case, patience really is a virtue. If you go full tilt at this too soon, without mastering the movements and or the breathing techniques, man, you are going to hurt all over. I know, been there, done that too. Oh, and by the way, free weights are by far the best thing to use, rather than the multi-gym machine type of devices that you'll commonly find at most gyms these days. If you go to a gym, just look around at the serious weight trainers, and you'll notice they use very few of the machines but a lot of free weights. There are many schools of thought regarding the actual methodology, i.e., the movement per muscle or the set at the amount of reps, that's repetitions, that you need to do to for maximum benefit. You really need to check around and find out what suits you and what is the most comfortable for you. But remember not to be too comfortable. You need to put in some effort, get some sweat running down the crack of your butt gross, and ache a little after you finish. My method I use for myself is something I've developed over a good many years of trial, error and practice. It's fairly simple, but very effective, and I've taught it to others to great effect, and yep, that includes much older people and people with negative health conditions. It hasn't failed to impress yet. I don't use fancy machines or methods, just a small set of dumbbells while dressed in my radius t-shirt, shorts and training shoes. Maybe some tracksuit pants in winter and usually no shoes at all during summer, and I do it all in the comfort of my own home. You may be different, and you may, at least at first, need the guidance of a personal trainer or a friend or a help group at your local gym. For me these days, I prefer exercising first thing in the morning in solitude while listening to music or some news on the radio. I tend to use the time to reflect on what I need to achieve during the course of the coming day. And be careful who you get to guide you. A well-meaning but inept personal trainer or guide could hurt you just as easily as you could hurt yourself. I'm not going to go into my exact methodology here because although I know it is simple, it would still take a whole heap of detailed explaining and lots of writing as well as a whole pile of appropriate pictures, etc. So you could see exact examples. That's all information for another day, or maybe even for the full course that I intend creating in the not too distant future. We'll see. Suffice to say, just get out there and look around. Try a few different things until you find the method that suits you. Don't be in a rush to get buff, and remember, this is like any other pastime. Practice makes perfect. A final anecdote. It isn't everybody's cup of tea, because it takes a bit of effort, and that's just fine and understood. It's your life, and you must do whatever blows your hair back. But no matter your age, you really should be making strength training a regular habit, so that you maintain your strength, your vitality and your independence for the longest possible time. For the massive benefits it can provide you, it actually takes up surprisingly little time. An average 30 minutes a couple of times a week is all you need. Honestly, how many hours do you need to spend in front of the TV or on Facebook? Asterisk, asterisk, asterisk. To brighten your mood before you go, how about this amusing little ditty from Ken Nesbitt? I went to the gym. I lifted a weight. My muscles got bigger. It felt really great. I hoisted another, a heavier one. I got even stronger. I thought it was fun. I wandered outside where I bent a steel bar. I pulled up a park bench and carried a car. I picked up a truck and then set out to try to boost a big building I spotted nearby. So now I'm in jail with my muscles to thank. I probably shouldn't have held up that bank. Asterisk, asterisk, asterisk.